on the top side of the mid lane here. Know where they're strong and are being denied, and the gold lead will be further exacerbated.
I would also say that regardless of the last couple of plays here, Ning on Gragas with the 2 kills has Sorcerer's Boots and upgraded jungle item. That is a huge amount of burst damage. So with Predator ready, he can go for another kill immediately.
And there comes the Predator right now. Vanguard's edge thrown down. Whippo trying to get himself away. Ning still looking to find that flashing the body slam, and it's a killing spree for the IG jungler.
Yeah, with the flash advantage, it makes it trivial, honestly. Predator move speed in there, and he's able to secure it. But he took the kill again. He's not giving these last hits over to the Shy, which may be a diversification that Invictus Gaming would want later in the game.
I gotta say, I'm happy to see the Assassin AP Gragas come back. Season 1 World Champions Fnatic. There's a lot of irony that it's the AP Gragas that's keeping them down in game number 2.
Yeah, maybe some waves to Suche. 7 years ago. He does have a trump card in his inventory, and that is the stopwatch. So even though it's very squishy on the Gragas, you can fully commit and have that stasis to rely upon.
But the full commitment is happening on the bot side as Hillsong trying to make something happen. They're understanding they can't lose pop and butters. Here we go.
Jackie Love is going to be taken very low now. Ignite coming down. Jackie having to flash away to keep himself alive, and it's Hillsong who's now in some real danger. Balon pops the ulti, looking to go forward yet again. Colin coming out. Reckless trying to absorb the shot.
You let one bullet go through, and your support dies. Reckless is able to block them, and Hillsong stays alive.
Pro status for Reckless definitely is confirmed on that particular play. Issue we're seeing, though, is Fnatic understand that if Ning is getting successful ganks top side, they're trying to have some presence bot side. The fact that they're, in these cases, still trading down means that we need a Broxah special, and we need one soon to actually get the tempo of this game, the pace of this game, to finally be in the control of Fnatic for what it feels like the first time this series.
All right, vision set up here for both teams around this Infernal Drake. And Fnatic have seen this movement, and that's going to be enough to send over the reinforcements. Look at the mini-map. Everybody's coming. The Shy does have teleport ready. Aurelia could join.
True Shot Barrage finds its way onto Rookie. Broxah still hanging around. The Drake is still aggroed. He's still very mad. Broxah wants to go back in and start putting damage onto that health bar. Ning's still around as well. It's going to be a smite fight for the objective. Broxah's the one tanking for now. Scatter the Wing coming through. Secured by the side of Invictus Gaming as Whippo's going to be on the front line and Broxah tries to escape. It's now in isolation down onto the Fnatic top laner who gets taken out immediately. And IG find objective and kill as dessert.
2 big plays for Ning there. Landing the smite with his barrel as well to secure the Infernal Drake, and then the ultimate splitting off Whippo from the rest of Fnatic, allowing another kill. And this one to go over to a main carry for Invictus Gaming. Rookie on Syndra now will have the extra gold.
That Drake was begging to be taken. 426 HP was the value we saw. Smite was available for Broxah. It was true from Ning, and then splitting up the team fight with that barrel. It's so much about the supporting cast in this first and second game, and Ning can hold his head up high.
Bottom lane, Fnatic's turret has taken a beating. Let's take another look, though. Acer Predator replay at how the Infernal Drake went down.
And this Infernal is at least a, well, later on we can come back moment for Fnatic. Even though they have agency over the pit, they lose it out, and the cask here is on point.
Yep, able to knock even the tankiest member into the rest of his team to allow very quick work of.
And that puts IG in a spot where, once again, they are over 2,000 gold ahead. They've got bonus stat scaling in the form of the Infernal Drake. And as I was saying, that bottom lane turret for Fnatic, a strong breeze will knock that thing over.
And this is really important to have this confidence building for Ning. I was talking to Yamato Cannon after some review where we saw the group stage games, quite a lot of Gragas mistakes. However, he said that in the scrimmages that they had versus Invictus Gaming, Ning's Gragas was amazing and put out a lot of highlight plays. So we can definitely see both sides of the coin. And right now, he's on the move again already. This top camp.
Whippo in some trouble once more. This has happened so many times. It's feeling like deja vu at this point, but the Shy will finally grab a kill for himself, and IG are relentless.
And we're seeing regular season IG flex on the world final stage. Seen them try to push up in the mid lane here at Fnatic, but we can see IG coming to punish.
Roxa in some trouble, trying to get himself away, but a very nice scat of the week will take him so dangerously low, and Jackie Love will pick up a free 300 gold.
This is the IG that did not show themselves against Fnatic. This is the IG that was always there in theory, but in practice, in one of these matches, in a must-win best-of-5, would often go missing. IG are firing on every cylinder, and it's 5 members strong as mid lane.
Rookie in some trouble. Hillsong trying to come in and make sure they can find the kill here. One more shot will do it, and Caps takes them down.
That is a very important gold for the Azir. This is one of the big scaling champions, but can he get out?
It's not him they're worried about. It should be that support. The Emperor's Divine going to keep him alive for now, but it's a double kill over to Ning. The Vanguard's edge will completely cut them down.
Ning with the double dunk gets them both with the combination. 5 kills on this Gragas now. You thought he had a lot of damage before. He's going to continue.
Ning, man, keep building that AP. Keep going for the burst, because you're just being a fight decider rather than a facilitator on your own.
Let's take another look at how they did it here, starting with the play on the Rookie.
We watched Caps at the start of this fight. He doesn't actually get the streamer shuffle play at the start. Flashes over. He will be able to register kill on Rookie. Holds his ult for later.
Very good flash there from Caps, getting around the model of Gragas. But now he's going to try and defend Hillsong. You see the ultimate come out, but the Shy on Aurelia has already cut behind. He flashes in just to get an assist. Ning already had taken care of business.
That is just so hard to deal with when they can burst you like that. What in the world are you going to do about it? And look at the inventory, gentlemen. You can see the Oblivion Orb for Ning. More magic penetration on this Gragas.
You can already see the no magic mantles also coming into Fnatic inventory here. They're really worried about that possibility of damage output. The problem is that the Shy on Aurelia here, it's going to be physical damage. Trinity Force has been completed, and Aurelia had such a strong top lane for the majority of this game, because that's where Ning was going to get a lot of his kills, that there are going to be threats for dives and burst damage on both sides.
And let's not forget about Jackie doing physical damage as well. There's so much threat on the side of IG, and they're moving over into the Baron.
How do you itemize against burst magic damage, have very strong physical damage, and have damage of your own? At this point in the game, you don't if you're Fnatic. That is the cost here. It's going to have to be conservative positioning. Even if you're Reckless, who usually at 2 items is going to be at least able to shrug off some physical damage. So that's why Fnatic will be second to basically every brush, because they have burst engage everywhere to respect. And with that Rip Herald summoned, IG want to once again open up this map.
Shelly summoned up, looking for that tier 1 here in the mid lane. They've got everybody backing her up. Whippo's going to try to clear away the minions. True Shot Barrage makes its way through. The Shy's coming around from behind. Drops 1 blade for the stun, thinking about going in even further. Instead, going to back away. Scatter the Weak finding its way onto Caps, who does get himself further back. Calling going to be used now by Jackie. They won't find much more. IG just want to disengage this one. Whippo continuing to try to chase. Balong going to be taken down about half, but here comes the counterattack going through now. Whippo taken very low. Jackie Love looking to find the damage, has the auto attacks. That's the first kill of the fight. Shy still looking to find someone else. Won't be able to land the stun, as now it's Rookie who will scatter the Weak to the wind as a double kill for Jackie. Signals no chance for Fnatic. Broxa and Hillsong will run away into the bottom lane, but Ning is in hot pursuit. He finds a hit on a Broxa, who gets himself away underneath the turret, but will it be enough in time? The Shy continues, the stun is down, the double kill is through, and Invictus Gaming are annihilating Fnatic.
This is the Invictus Gaming that went 34-2 in the LPL, made the finals, and they are making game number 2 look like it's going to go the same way as game number 1 with another Infernal Drake.
And no one is lost in the shuffle. This is not a solo lane carry. This is a flying V of death approaching the Fnatic members and finding them wanting. Knowing your ranges and hitting that flash Scatter the Weak was insane from Rookie halfway through this play, but they've got the damage down. We mentioned the table setting of Fnatic wanting to fight behind frontliners. No one's tanky compared to all this damage IG can do, and when the re-engage starts, the pain never ends.
Battleland there had a very good interrupt. Look at the chase as after they get Whippo, the tankiest member, Invictus Gaming trying to rush them down. Rookie was looking for that stun the entire time. 3 members lined up against the wall, and he finds it.
And it's just a ability to clean up from here, the Shy waiting for his moment. His ability to spread his lead on top lane Aurelia has been the best I've seen from the Aurelia players, which is an amazing mechanics from people like Smeb. This is the Shy just being able to spread his lead from top to mid, and now bot side is Fnatic sticking in a bush and hoping something can happen.
Fnatic want to make a play onto the Shy here, but the thing is, IG has backup hanging around as well, and it looks like nothing's going to happen.
Let me tell you, the Fnatic brush, you know, brought into existence by...
Very treacherous.
Yeah, also by the previous Fnatic teams that were able to do so well at the World Championship. And this is the point in the game where teams turn to strategies like the Fnatic brush. When you're down so heavily in gold,
You have to.
You're facing incredible odds here, and you have to look for, you know, those brush with control wards and try and find a sneak play to get some kills back for yourself.
And Fnatic are trying to find magic resist. They're trying to deal with now Titanic Hydra Jerome's Fist done after the Trinity Force on the Shy. IG flexing in terms of items, and everyone can push up, and there's level leads, there's item leads, and the control ward line from Fnatic is getting shallower and shallower as IG strangle out the map.
We start to think, you know, with Whippo being 0-6 in this game due to the top lane camp, Fnatic do have Soaz, a veteran, on the bench. When we talk about possible champion changes, as Shy threatens to dive him again, but there may be even roster moves.
Stun comes down on a Hillsong. Over the wall goes Balan. Won't find anything else on that one. Whippo not getting the ultimate down on the Shy, but the damage onto Broxa is huge. Will not be enough, and a nice shutdown goes the way of Whippo.
Whippo finally getting some gold for himself here on the Urgot, finds the kill onto the Shy, puts a stop to Invictus Gaming pressure for now.
Desperately needed, doesn't manage to claw back much of the gold lead that we can see the Shy is wearing on his pick. About 2,600 gold is the lead for the Aurelia. Again, Fnatic just want to find a way to control some territory. In all of our prep, in all previous games, they just never were blown open. They'd always stay competitive and have a counter punch on the map when the other team made a good play. Issue here is we consistently seen a top lane or a mid lane camp go successfully for IG, but also the side lanes that aren't being affected by the jungler also falling down.
Even though it is a small win for Fnatic, it is exactly what they want. You see that little dent?
That's the dent of hope.
That's a significant
in the
dent.
red graph, that is what you have to do, step by step. If you're going to make an epic comeback like this in one of these games, Fnatic need to buy time, and they've bought a little bit. Broxa with that play, trying to help out Whippo.
I hope they've got a lot of money stored up on their time credit card, Kobe, because you are not in a spot where this is going to be a game you come back from very swiftly. They will have to really dig in, entrench themselves, and hold out for a while to come back in this one. The Shy continues to just be a massive threat here in the split push situation. The stopwatch has still never been needed by Ning. Pointing that out because I know you mentioned the item earlier. He's never needed the stasis just yet. You can see it also having been purchased for the Shy, so he can dive in with impunity. Over on the side of Fnatic, you've got the Banshee's Veil for caps to prevent some of that pick-off potential from a stray Gragas barrel. But this is still a very troubling situation as Hillsong lets out the Glacial Fissure. Balan still looking for the opportunity to maybe make something happen. Does have the flash up and available here for the Alistar. IG still not afraid, moving into Fnatic territory, clearing out the wards. Rookie throws the orb over the wall, but not going to find a whole lot with that one just yet. IG continuing to sweep and remove that vision as they make their way back into the mid lane. Rookie picks up some farm, and this team knows how far ahead they are.
And they want to be able to use these long-range pick tools that they have at their disposal. Ning, the 505 Gragas with Flash, can initiate on any member that steps out of line. In addition to Rookie, laser-targeted Syndra stuns. There's so many things that make it difficult to navigate through Summoner's Rift for Fnatic, and IG are starting it out.
IG starting up the Baron, but Fnatic have vision over the pit. This is your chance to come back into the game if you're Fnatic, if you can punish this and make some kind of a play. But at the same time, it's the Shy on the flank, and you've got to respect how strong that flank could be. IG will be stopped for now. Fnatic happy to do that, but they still have to find some way back into this game.
Very smart from IG because they were pushing in and understanding that Fnatic have good wave clear, that is happy to hang under inner turrets and just wave clear and hope that items come later. Just inject some gold, and what is currently 39,000 gold for Fnatic. If they can keep it this game stage, rate at 50, 55, 60, then Azir will definitely have a lot more threat behind him. The only way you can actually draw the turtle away from the side of Fnatic is to force them to come to Baron. There was a very nice ward placed earlier that I imagine IG wasn't expecting, but you just go back, buy your control wards, and recreate a situation where there's multiple pushing waves and so much Baron threat from IG.
Meanwhile, for the underdogs here, Fnatic, they are doing the necessary work to give themselves the possibility of coming back in the game. They put a ton of vision and expended all of their wards around Baron right now to give them a little bit more information as far as when Invictus Gaming are going to pull that trigger.
I mean, this is a team that coming into the finals had been down a total of 5 games at 20 minutes so far at Worlds, and they had still won 3 out of those 5, despite being behind at 20. Now they've been behind 2 games in a row, and the Shy is looking to make that even more extreme. Going in for the solo kill onto Bwipo, missing the Vanguard's edge means the Urgot will get away for now, but another stun comes down. The Shy continues to find the damage. The culling goes out, and Jackie Love shows up just to make it a sure thing, as Baron will be started up by Fnatic, seeing IG in the bottom part of the map. We'll see if IG can respond to this. Hylissang's going to be caught out, and the damage is more than enough. Rookie grabs the freebie onto him. Brox and Fnatic need to take down the Baron. It is going to be ultimately secured by Broxa as Rookie goes into the pit to pick up one. Won't be able to find the second. Shut down over to Fnatic. Cast mowed down by the Shy and Ning. As now Brox is in some trouble over the wall. Goes the Alistar. And Fnatic will be aced as Jackie's in the base. And they're looking to end it right here.
And that is a huge sweep for Invictus Gaming. Jackie Love will take down the inhibitor turret. He's going to take down the inhibitor, and the death timers ticking away mean that Bwipo and Hylissang will be the 2 to try and save the game.
Oh, but mid lane, they're looking for that second lane of triumph and destruction. Death timers for Fnatic still short enough that they can get the top laner and the support back alive to stop it. But IG completely dismantled the Baron play despite Fnatic making their move.
These are sort of reactive plays from Fnatic that worked so well when they were 2,000 to 3,000 gold down in those few games where they fell behind. But this far down, they can't kill the Baron fast enough to be able to get out. At this point, it's only a gold Baron here because they're not going to be able to wear any buffs. The top lane already dead. 4 members go down as well. The game may not end, but important to realize that this is the sort of call that worked for Fnatic so well in their road to the final, but did not work because of how the early game has gone for IG.
I have so much respect for Fnatic for making that call. You don't win by sitting in your base and waiting for them to take everything all over the map. That was one avenue to get back in. It did not work, but sometimes you have to make those decisions.
I think the only way to show respect to the Shy's Aurelia at this point is to maybe not enter lane near him, because every time a minion wave comes in,
just give him
he sees it as multiple gap closures to get another solo kill. So around the Aurelia, that's pretty tricky. Pushing up, they don't have the vision to be able to do that, and that just means that Goldie is going to inch further and further ahead for IG.
It does feel like you have to have multiple members trailing behind you if you step into the same lane as the Shy right now.
How many, Kobe? Because I don't think 2
Probably about 5.
Well, you would need some with shields, because even if you have multiple members, Aurelia still has the burst damage to possibly take someone down with them that you have to be very careful with. Anyways, though, we have the inhibitor down on bottom. That means super minions working for Invictus Gaming there while they continue the siege on top side.
Fnatic will continue trying to hold the line top side. The Azir is scaling. 3 items completed. Banshee's Veil, Nashor's Tooth, Leandri's Torment. But the question is it enough? Iceborne, Muramana, and Blade of the Ruined King also completed over onto Reckless. But the Ezreal is not one of those huge cannons of a carry like you get when you think of a Xayah or a Kai'Sa. And Fnatic now find themselves once again more than 10,000 gold behind, ready to make the impossible defense. Finding a little bit of damage there onto Ning. Hylissang trying to get himself back to safety. Balan once again always looking on the front, always looking to make those plays. The Shy will continue to provide split push threat there mid as the super minions will do the same thing bottom. Stun comes down through Scatter the Weak onto Hilly, and Fnatic will continue to hold the line. IG are just firing off everything right now, moving themselves up towards that tier 3 turret. Jackie Love taking a little bit of damage, but honestly nothing to really write home about. IG moving themselves back over to mid lane now. As the wave moves up, the bottom lane will collide into the Nexus turrets, and it means Fnatic cannot defend. Invictus Gaming are on to inhibitor number 2. The Shy finds the stun. He'll be shuffled back into the Nexus turrets. That's exactly what Fnatic needs. Fear Beyond Death finds him, but he's still going to be going into Resurrection. Hilly taken very low. The cast comes down. It's Jackie on a rampage, and IG are still managing to find the fight. Jackie Love will go even further. He'll force Fnatic back, and IG will have to retreat for now with no minions over the Nexus turrets. The Shy wants more, but he bites off more than he can chew, and Brox has got the shutdown.
The Shy is certifiably insane. Re-engages again and again. He could have gotten away, but his hand is still in the cookie jar because the Shy plays on that razor's edge between genius and madness. And so far this world, it's been genius almost every time.
His whole arm's in the cookie jar. Look at the man.
I mean, he's literally trying to 1v5 under Nexus turrets right now, relying on the Guardian Angel plus his flash to come back up at the exact same time as Ning uses the Gragas ultimate to knock away Fnatic was a very good escape from them. But Invictus Gaming, out of all of that, they weren't able to take down any other member of Fnatic. And then this is a legit 1v4 attempt at the fountain.
Yeah.
He knows he's not coming back from that.
Well, you know,
it's a one-way ticket.
10 players there definitely would have fully disengaged, but the 1 out of 10 is working out just fine for IG. Is honestly, this is a squad maturing in front of our eyes. There's a reason that Froskuren talks about how this squad in the LPL could never get it done, that wasn't consistent, that wasn't the best team domestically, but internationally growing up in a tournament like this, you take your hats off because, again, a squad performance has come out from IG.
And we think about even the history of Invictus Gaming as an entire organization.
Don't wait.
Older than the LPL.
Older than the LPL itself, and yet they only even made the finals a couple of times.
Twice.
This year was one of those years, and it was off the back of great individual talents. We are seeing the individual talent show up here on the big stage, and they're looking at a very good...
Oh! Caps is going to be nearly killed instantly. Forget the nearly. It's unstoppable for Jackie Love. As the enemy mid laner being down is the green light for IG to push for the end itself. Brox is eliminated next. Jackie Love's going to be dragged in. Fear Beyond Death. A shutdown over to Bwipo. Fnatic make their last stand here. Vanguard's Edge finds its way onto that Fnatic top laner. It's a double kill over to the Shy. And Invictus Gaming will continue their push. A beautiful cast brings Bwipo to his death as Reckless will nearly fall in the fountain. He can run away, but the Nexus cannot. It'll be brought down, and that's IG taking us to match point. In terms of how they decide to play that one out, but we're into Champion Select for what could be the final time today if Invictus Gaming has their way, but Fnatic will do everything in their power to stop that as the Shen is the first ban.
Yeah, already we're seeing the effect of Soaz in here. Definitely a champion that they can flex to Hylissang, but primarily this change due to the change in top laners and the champions you talked about.
We'll see if the Fnatic does leave open the Urgot to try to bait the Sion versus Urgot matchup. It could be pretty comfortable for Soaz. I think Sion is the most expected pick for him, but we're zoomed in on Invictus Gaming here on the blue side for their second ban. They will be the ones banning away the Aurelia, so still leaving it open as a caps pick. This is much less of a flex pick here, even though Soaz, of course, has practiced the pick in solo.
Right, you would much more expect it from Caps, who has already played the champion 6 times now at this tournament, including when we saw him play it earlier today. Fnatic already taking the Akali off the board. Their second ban coming up here in a moment, and that one will target LeBlanc, keeping it away from Rookie and the potential of an IG first pick now that they're on blue.
I'm already starting to think about possible marksman picks as well. Since I'm thinking more of the shift for Fnatic will turn towards Reckless as a carry, securing a good matchup for him will be very important. The Lucian, piloted by Jackie Love, was very oppressive early on in the lane phase previously, and it has always been coupled with Alistar here, who does find himself on the ban.
Yeah, with it being a blue side ban, it does mean that the Sivir is pretty freed up here in terms of a draft from the side of Fnatic. We already talked about that a couple of times. Still worth drawing Sivir bans in spite of the Alistar being worn by Invictus Gaming in the first couple of games. Jace, the final ban here, trying to reduce the explosive burst damage, and like Kobe said, we are expecting this to eventually be a hyper carry for Reckless.
First game that the Rakan is not banned. First game that the Rakan is now first picked. The champion instantly locked in there for IG.
And will we see Fnatic try to contest Xayah Rakan or leave it open, because the Xayah kind of straddles the line between having some early power and being very relevant in the late game. Other stuff is available. Urgot, available. Victor, available.
And locked in.
Victor will be locked in for the side of Fnatic. Soaz, in years past, had plenty of top lane mages like the Vladimir in his pool, but this could be a three-way flex for Fnatic.
Will we see it? Invictus Gaming, they have the Shy in the top lane, who was previously a Riven one-trick. He talked about wanting a World Championship skin for Riven.
Oh boy, you're talking about this.
And it's a possible all-in kill lane versus a Victor. All right, we're getting definitely a little bit ahead, but that is kind of the tantalizing idea here. Victor has dominated the World Championship since he emerged with the Q-Max early evolution for the top lane, using that shield and speed very effectively for a lot of those melee matchups.
And let's talk about what Victor doesn't do well against, because that's kind of why Riven and Echo have come up, is gap close. You want something that can gap close onto and make his life hell. Think of Echo in the mid lane. Theoretically, Echo in the top lane, but the jungle matchup always fell away from Cloud9. IG have responded with Camille, which could be a top lane pick here to try to all in with a strong jungler. And Aatrox, who we know that Victor actually rose as a counter pick too. So will it just be the Aatrox mid lane, or this Aatrox jungle we've alluded to a couple of times, lead to this being a quite surprising blue side flex draft from IG?
Yeah, I love how many flex drafts there are.
The Aatrox into showing Victor already is a little
suspicious,
curious.
Huh?
Yeah, the extra speed from Victor goes a very long way in dodging those Q sweet spots. As you said, though, Rookie very well could use it in the mid lane. We'll see how the bans in number 2 do turn out.
First thing I'm seeing, Broxah will not be on Lee Sin for the 3rd time today. They're saying, all right, you got the Xayah, you got the Victor. We don't really want Broxah on this champion that he's so trademarked for to begin with, so let's go ahead and get that out of the picture. The Lucian banned out by Fnatic. Let's see what they decide to do here as their final ban of this 3rd game in a best of 5. What will it be? And it's Syndra. Rookie's accuracy on that was just way too good.
It does seem like Fnatic are opening up the chance for there to be some shenanigans with this IG draft. Probably a good move, as I imagine they will not know the roles that the champions are assigned to till after everything has been locked in. Fnatic looking for a jungler here so they can play around with this Victor as the final pick. Lee Sin banned away this time. The Xin Zhao, so a lot of top tier is banned. We saw Broxah jump onto the Rex side previously.
Yes.
Not 100% sure of the matchup here. Which way is he going to go? The Jax that he's hovered and had banned is actually going to be picked up, and this is probably the jungle Jax for Broxah.
Yes, sir. That is quite an interesting pick that you do not see too much of these days, as Invictus Gaming now have their last 2 picks to make, having seen the Jax. Look at that, 100% win rate.
Yeah.
That's the kind of numbers you like to say. Ignore how many times he's been picked and all, but that, at least it's a win. 1 game, 1 win, that's a good number, as Jackie Love's going to be playing Kai'Sa yet again, and Galio is locked in for IG.
And I was wondering about this Galio in the last round here, because it does round out so well with the Camille, and it doesn't necessarily cement the roles. Your first thought is Aatrox top lane, Camille jungle. It allows those 2 to be played around with. Fnatic, they consider their options. It will in fact be Victor mid, which plays into Soaz being in the game rather than Whippo, who we would really credit as the top lane mage player. And now we're going to see Victor mid lane against Galio. Not necessarily a matchup that Victor can influence too much.
And Victor mid lane, especially against Galio, can very well still max E. It doesn't have to be the new top lane max Q for the lower cooldown or on your shield spam for the lane, because E max does go a long way as far as wave clear in the mid lane. You don't have to worry as much about those all-ins.
And topside, it's the most classic matchup of Worlds 2018. It's Aatrox Urgot. We've seen this time and time again. Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme. Demon and the big industrial clankety-clank thing. But either way, these guys are going to go head-to-head and what should be a very intense skill matchup.
So as on the Urgot, going to want to have a better performance than Whippo was able to in game number 2. And the Shy in a skill matchup is a very scary proposition, given the sort of form he's shown in especially game number 2.
Also, looking at the overall team compositions, Invictus Gaming drafting heavily into synergies between champions. Rakan, Camille, and Galio, some of the champions that work the best together with those ultimates. That is a huge team fight presence and a very quick engage that Fnatic will have to work around. Meanwhile, the Fnatic team composition does work quite well when split up. They have a Thresh Lantern to try and save people from possible engages, and a couple of options as trying to pressure side lanes.
Chances are running out for Fnatic. It's do or die. They've made some adjustments in game number 2. The adjustments did not bring them any closer to a win than game number 1, as IG has played phenomenally so far. But this is the European representatives' last chance to make their stand before IG make a clean sweep out of the World Finals. They will be playing from the blue side for the first time this series, as Fnatic will finally be coming out of the red corner. And we'll see everyone draw those lines. So far this game, we've seen a ward killed in the top part of the river before minions. 2 games in a row. We'll see if that happens a 3rd time in a row here, as everything just continues playing out pretty normally for now. Wards being placed down into brushes. Baolon walking over one of those. Again, this Rakan has been banned out twice before. Now that it's finally on the Rift, what is it going to do? Is Baolon in a bad spot? Hylissang is going to walk forward here. Jackie finding a little bit of damage down into Reckless. It's Baolon who's in some trouble more than anyone else. Ignite going to be going down. Baolon still trying to get himself away, but first blood over to Fnatic, and that is exactly what the doctor ordered.
And who does it go to? Caps in the mid lane on Victor. On top of that, he got a slide
sack of gold
from his Kleptomancy off of the auto for the kill. So he's super cashing in. The game doing everything it can to try and get Fnatic and extend this series.
And the MVP here is the ward they put down at level 1. Baolon doesn't scout it, as you were pointing out. Long cooldown on that one, Kobe, at level 1. No ability to get out. They chase him down. Rakan had so many base stat nerfs that he is just a slice of paper. That paper is taken down, and that's a nice advantage for Fnatic.
Yeah, Baolon was a little bit greedy there. He didn't want to immediately flash over the wall, wanted to save his summoner spell, but him walking back allowed the travel time there for Caps to come over and get all that money.
And you can see on your screen right now, this is Soaz's 69th game at Worlds, tied for the 2nd of all time. Kobe, you mentioned how this guy has experience dating all the way back to Season 1. That's what you're talking about. As Hylissang gets thrown up into the air, Baolon going to lose about half his health here again. Reckless also taking a couple hits in this bottom side trade. But Fnatic are off to the best start they've found themselves so far this series, as the Shy finds himself a favorable trade onto Soaz, who returns some damage there with a machine gun, and they'll back away.
Seeing Soaz just try to stand tall, because he knows the bot lane is where most of the action is happening, and there is always the chance of a return play onto Baolon, who is, of course, eminently squishy early. It's why Guardian is now the go-to summoner.
Yeah.
Keystone here onto the Rakan, just to have that extra shielding to allow the 2v2 trades not to be as one-sided.
I would also say that even though Caps cashed in and got so much money off the level 1, he has to be a little bit worried about Camille ganking towards the mid lane since he used his flash. Bottom lane right now, though, is where the action is.
Speaking about ganks, it's Broxah going in. He's finding the counter-strike instantly. Hylissang trying to get away. He's going to be in some trouble. No flash available means Jackie Love's able to clean it up, as Broxah tries to escape here now as well. No flash available. He will leap strike over to his AD carry, but Fnatic lose 1.
Ability to leap strike to a friendly, one of those unique things about the Q there from the Jax. They invest quite a lot, IG, to make this play happen. Flash and teleport comes through from Rookie for just a single kill. Stun doesn't register, although Ning, he's hunting for another kill.
All he does is wait for the counter-strike to be used on the Gromp. There it comes. Ning goes in, stun lands, counter stun coming out from Broxah, but remember, the man does not have himself a flash. He does have a support nearby, and Ning may have bit off more than he can chew. Baolon does show up to make sure there's no sort of a counter kill coming through, but IG is aggressive.
Yep, the bottom lane pushing in allows for this invade, and they know that Caps doesn't have a flash, so his rotation over did not have a lot of threat behind it either, as he had to walk away after that. Meanwhile, top lane, still trading away in the classic Aatrox Urgot matchup.
Let's talk about the camps down here. This is buff to buff. Red buff into blue buff. Big camps is what Jax does best with attack speed steroid. Comes bot lane, doesn't have his auto attack counts. Just Q and E here for the gank. Able to come down and invest a lot, but with the teleports coming in and Ning being bottom side, that play, of course, was halted very quickly.
Oh, but now Caps is in some trouble. Throws down the gravity well, trying to get himself away, down to 50 HP, still going to be kept alive. And Caps will make it out.
Caps lives in the mid lane, doesn't even use the cleanse there. 3 members of Invictus Gaming come for him, but he defies all.
And it's so important to repel pressure in an early game that's been much kinder to Fnatic than game 1 and game 2. Never found the perfect time for a cleanse, didn't need it in hindsight. That'll bail him out till his flashes back up. But speaking of flashes, Brox is coming here. And
Broxah wants to go in. It's Soaz starting things off with a flash into Disdain. Broxah still has Counter-Strike ready to go. Needs to get the stun down onto the Shy, and Soaz will find kill number 2 for Fnatic.
Jungle Jax has so many different gank paths, can even extend his engage range with a ward, can do lots of unique things. That's why Broxah was getting respect bans in the semifinals. Nice to be finding some of those targets. He needs them as he only now pings level 4 with a topside scuttle.
Cheers go out from the crowd as they see life returning to Fnatic here in game number 3. A must-win game for themselves, already facing match point.
And returning to the state of the series as well, because we want to see a level up here. Even if this game 3 does go the way of IG, for it to be more competitive than the outings we saw in game 1 and 2, to get the fire out of this crowd here in Incheon would be awesome to see. We thought this would be another big 50-50 like Fnatic versus C9 was set up to be in the semifinals. Fnatic haven't been able to get over the hump. There still is plenty of firepower here for IG, but the level 1 start has so far heralded a much better time for Fnatic.
The level 1 start into the active early game from Broxah. Ning now trying to get himself into the bottom lane. Remember, no flash available for Hylissang, who is going to be chain CC'd now. The stun comes in, and Hilly's in some serious trouble. Ning also going to be taken pretty low here, but not low enough for it to matter. 1v1 in the mid lane as Rookie nearly finds himself a solo kill, but now Caps can retaliate with force. The damage will not quite be there. The storm slows down as you walk away from it, and Caps can't find it. But now the rotation is coming in. The Shy wants to try to make something happen here onto Caps. Ulti's going to be used. Broxah comes in to try to stop this. Gravity field goes down. Caps is eliminated by the electrocution, and the Shy makes it a 3-2 game.
The passive auto attack from Aatrox, such a lethal part of his kit, and it does find the kill with the electrocute proc from the Shy.
And we shouldn't be surprised about auto attack cancels on a Riven main when he jumps onto Aatrox. He finds Soaz in lane, actually has to flash.
Yeah, that's not a situation you get away from if you don't flash away from that one. Good heads up there from the Shy staying alive. But we've got ourselves a very close game now as Hylissang will not find that death sentence. Reckless is level 6. Jackie Love only level 5. Explains why Fnatic would want to go for a fight there, but no initiation means they're just farming up.
And what I want the fans at home to take away from some of the early plays here, as the hook does go wide, is that the play calling and the target selection from IG has been so smart. They go bot lane, not interested in Reckless, his flash is up, turn it onto Hylissang, they know his flash is down. The capitalization on the roam timing by the Shy to go from top lane to mid lane and look for a kill. Those sort of play calls, those adaptive play calls rather than reactive play calls, have been the tenet of IG today. Not IG all throughout this year, but for the maturing squad, they are finding little counterpunches, and actually now, this game is all tied up in terms of gold.
In addition to that, those bottom lane plays created by Invictus Gaming, they spent the time to give the last hits over to Jackie Love 2 on the Kai'Sa now to propel him towards the completion of the Storm Racer.
Bottom side, Hylissang will hang out in this brush. So, you know, maybe there's a death sentence or a flay to find. Balon still not level 6, and the death sentence just shy. It's a heartbreaker there for Fnatic to not be able to get that one, but it doesn't mean that IG can make a counterattack just yet. You can see the Galio hanging around that bottom side of the river, looking to maybe go in. It's Balon grabbing himself a 2-man knockup as Fnatic get themselves back now. Lantern bringing that 80 carry back to safety as Jackie and Balon will also disengage.
Yep, a lot of cards were shown there. Fnatic back off because they saw Rookie rotating down through the river for a possible Galio ultimate. Now they've turned their attention towards him and in defending this control ward. Little do they know, Ning is waiting over the wall.
This could be a very explosive 2 versus 2 if Ning has his way. Rookie taking a little bit of damage there from Caps from that Q that we talked about so much in the top lane matchups, but Caps will just continue farming up here as it looks like Balon will also join the party.
In spite of what we might have expected, it is actually the Q augment first here for movement speed to try to avoid ganks rather than the E augment that's been picked up by Caps. So much less about pushing klepto trades and also sidestep on Galio when he goes aggressive with the Hero's Entrance or even just with the Justice Punch is what he's prized on. And so far, it's been pretty comfortable lane, but no meaningful CS lead for the victor.
And IG have just been pressuring Caps so much so far. And it's something that I mentioned in the Cloud9 series that Fnatic dominated so heavily, Caps had a lot of room to breathe. He was not pressured excessively, and he had phenomenal performances. IG are saying that's not the game Fnatic get to play today. They're having people hang around. They don't want Caps to feel like he can play the game he wants to play. And we'll see how they continue moving on with that. As Hylissang moves into the Drake pit just to drop a ward over the wall. It is Infernal first. We'll see how the teams want to fight over that one. As Void Seeker from Jackie Love makes its way onto Hylissang, who instantly loses half his HP.
Look at the expenditure of wards from Invictus Gaming around the bottom lane. It is littered with control wards. Investments from every single member. Here we go, though. Hylissang lands a hook.
Hylissang wanting to go in. The box is going to be dropped down. Hilly can't get himself away, and Jackie will pop the plasma to go on a killing spree. Soaz, in the meantime, trying to find himself a fight against the Shy 1v1. The chains come out. The ult goes through. Soaz trying to get himself back now. The Shy is going to be revived even if he drops. Soaz gets himself back, has already used the Fear Beyond Death. Reckless will continue trying to hold the line in the bottom lane, but it's already first turret going over to IG.
And those control wards at entrances meant that Galio was able to rotate first. That's why they could re-engage on the fight. The percentage play is to play around your vision, and the global that has easy access to bot side. So that's exactly what IG do. They pick up the kill, the turret, everything falls into place, except for Broxah trying to take advantage of some recall timings in order to sneak an Infernal Drake.
Well, the ward from IG in the pit, we'll see him making that attempt as Rookie comes back into the mid lane and instantly takes off half of Caps' health. Red team securing themselves the Drake, it says on your screen, and that is at least something for Fnatic, who have not got themselves any Drakes up until this point in the series. Ning tries to go over the wall, but may have gone too far forward. Tries to go into the Hextech ultimatum. Cap's going to be caught out, goes into stasis, keeping himself alive. Taunt going to be used, finds its way onto 2, wins the 4 over the wall, will not find the kill as Jackie goes in, looking to find the damage onto Caps, won't quite be able to do it. Reckless barely getting away now as well. Hook down onto Ning, the feathers are recalled, the damage is through, and Brox has found himself one. Soaz is taken down as the Shy makes it an even trade, but Caps is looking for more. Hylissang grabs the CC down on the IG top laner as the Caps tries to get away. Jackie Love goes on a rampage. The shutdown onto the Shy. It is a bloodbath as IG lose 2 and Fnatic lose 3.
What a chase through the jungle. They're still looking for Hylissang. This chase isn't over. He's running down towards the bottom lane, but there's nowhere to go.
He's running the wrong way. Rip. I don't think there's any way out of that one. They'll give the money over to Rookie. Oh, Hylissang, it's a slow, painful kind of death. And nope, Ning swoops in. Meanwhile, Jackie, he's unstoppable underneath the turret, and Caps cannot get away.
And it's a delayed ace for IG by the end of it. Fnatic were playing out of their skins, trying to find the first kill, but the moment the Shy could get going, as we'll see at the tail end, things turn. But we'll start here on the Ace of Predator replay with how the fight started. Ning has to evacuate early. The threat is too much as Caps is turned onto by him. But the front-to-back team fighting here definitely wasn't necessarily IG favored at the start.
Look at Jackie Love into the back line, forces Caps' flash, and out to the other side of the fight. Then Soaz sees the kill. He goes in and finds Ning, only to be answered quickly by the Shy. 1-for-1 top laners at that moment, but the chase is not over as Invictus Gaming runs straight through the jungle to finish it up.
The Shy happy to push forward with no ultimate, knowing the rest of his team would back him up. Reckless head in hands in the replay understands that even though they played that pretty well, they got the first kill. The health bars being low and the Shy having his flash up meant that the innards were exposed and the reward was 5 kills.
I mean, this has been an incredible year for Fnatic in the European LCS. It was their return to the throne, taking back first place after G2 had owned it for so long. However, this year on the world stage has completely belonged to the LPL, them winning every international tournament.
And it was RNG up till now.
Yep.
That we're able to find those wins. IG coming up short again, except in the regular season. But now they're the ones who have stepped up to the challenge here against Fnatic.
And if IG do go on to win, they would, of course, complete that LPL clean sweep of international events. And you look at IG, and in hindsight, after a win here, you might say, okay, but of course they can make those adaptations and win. They have the talent to do so. But the adaptation LPL team was always RNG and their ability to warp games and allow Uzi to be that primary carry. Our IG were guilty of having very skillful players who would win the game the same way. Win lane, win game was always their approach, and adaptations were the reasons they couldn't actually pick up that big trophy domestically. The adaptations over the course of Worlds, smartly using Duke, and by the end, the Shy, as the meta has evolved, are the reasons they've looked so good. As Fnatic, they're looking for a game.
They want to make the play onto the Shy, but he also wants to turn things around. A lot of damage comes out from him, quickly goes into the Resurrection. 200 HP again, but now brought down. And Ning walks into a really bad spot. He'll be taken very low, but Rookie comes in to save him. The double kill's already gone over to Reckless. Can they find anything else? They're trying to get away, but the shutdown goes over to the side of Balan and IG. Fnatic bringing the reinforcements as Hillsong tries to buy some time. Caps and Soaz make their way into the fight, but Jackie's already dominating. Rookie's able to find the lockdown. The damage comes through. It's Jackie Love! Caps will be the last man standing, but he will fall with the rest.
There are yellow pings being spammed on the map by IG, but Rookie says not done yet. He continues to go forward on Galio, finds a kill on Hillsong, and then flashes in to set up the other two for Jackie Love to clean house. Rookie definitely stands tall.
And you kind of losing the shuffle. This begun with the Shy being 3v1, taken down, and then Ning messing up his hook shot, and it was a 2 for 0. Remember, this is a 3v3 at best to start off this play after the Galio joins. Balan starts to group up. It's only Galio and Rakan, but skill expression on Galio is often almost impossible. He can be very binary as a champion. And yet Rookie always gets the maximum out of his toolkit. He sees the Fnatic carries group up and flash taunt later. Suddenly everything falls into place for Jackie Love.
Yeah, I believe on the review, those pings were just to alert everyone of the presence. Rookie says, yes.
Hey, watch this.
2 more kills are headed my way. And honestly, so well deserved from this guy. He is considered by many to be the single best League of Legends player at the entire tournament, and he has definitely shown up.
Well, mid lane, it's Hillsong, who's now finding himself collapsed on by IG, and Jackie Love 8-0-3, 17 minutes into the game on this Kaisa. The Shy still looking to extend the fight. Will be taken into the Resurrection. Can he get himself away? Soaz wants to find something, but Balan's able to go in with CC. Shut down over for Reckless. Rookie looking to find some more. It's Ning locking down Caps, and Soaz will flash for his life.
The slaughter here for IG. They can't find everyone. Fnatic able to disengage, but they continue to play make, and I love that you bring up Rookie. Someone we haven't had to discuss too much this series, because it's been Ning who's been popping off. It's been the supporting cast that's been having big games. This is Rookie's homecoming back to his native Korea. His only Korea title was in South Korea, in Busan, ironically, when Katie Rolls to Arrows won OGN Champions Summer 2014. No titles since then, despite his reputation as a top 3 mid laner. His next title might be the World Championship back in his native Korea.
And as Proscurin said, that would make it all worth it. The time he has spent, the amount he has invested in his career with the Chinese scene means that he could very well make it all worthwhile today as Invictus Gaming will grab the second Infernal Drake of the game.
And that time can't be trivialized because a lot of Korean players went to China and went to the LPL and then bailed out. They said, okay, I need to go back to Korea to win. Katie Rolster is founded upon that concept in the last 2 years. But this is him sticking the course, learning Chinese, and then watching his teammates level up around him.
And this is Invictus Gaming. Once they get the lead, they turn it up to 10. Full power here, not letting off the gas pedal. Riftail used once again, and they're taking it all the way to the inhibitor turret.
IG is a team that has broken into the base before without needing Baron. 2 times against G2, they just kicked the door and they said, we don't need Baron. It's not important. And they might just look to do it here again as they're already onto the tier 3 turrets.
Sometimes they don't even need turrets, Captain Flower. Sometimes just dive triple turrets against them and go for plays in there anyway. They definitely don't need an invitation to go for further aggression, but they control so much of the map. And spare a thought for Jackie Love, 9-0-4. Double legendary already here. His items are piling up, and the pain for Fnatic is as well.
There's one thing for sure, it's that Invictus Gaming style fully encompasses what we've seen at this year's Worlds Tournament.
Absolutely.
Individual outplays, aggressive movements, very, very quick games. And this one, they're making it look very similar. Infernal Drakes have been evened up. Invictus Gaming do have a substantial gold lead, and they're already trying to move Vision into Fnatic's jungle in preparation for Baron, who hasn't even arrived yet.
Yeah, it's a 17-7 lead. You've got a 9-kill Kai'Sa. Baron's not even on the map. IG is going crazy this game.
I'm amused by the fact that Ning has a Kindle gem. He might just say, well, I got a enter a Kai'Sa. I guess I'm building a Knight's Vow on Camille. Why not?
No reason not to.
There's no reason to. He understands that this is very much Jackie Love's game to control. And that means that IG, they start up the Baron. It's 20 minutes and 17 seconds in. What can Fnatic do?
All right, Fnatic, they got to look for it. This is their hope. Their backs are against the walls. The Baron is dropping down, and they have no vision.
You've got to stop it here, but Belaw's able to go over the wall. Broxah goes in! He steals the Baron and keeps Fnatic hopes alive.
Just when it is darkest, Broxah gets over the pit. He gets the Baron. They kill the Shy Fnatic.
Shy's gone down. Rookie's into the middle of 4, but now here comes the cavalry. It's IG looking to find the kills. Belaw's taken down. Rookie and Jackie in retreat. A double kill over to Reckless. And Fnatic will find their shot.
They will not let this World Championship slip through their fingers just yet. Fnatic fighting are able to just pull themselves back within reach.
And this Fnatic is the one with the grit, is the one that will continue to fight back. Watch this still, I believe 70 health. Pops over, comes in,
God.
70 health, no smite used by Ning. He smite auto attacks it to death. And from there, the Shy actually dies because he popped his ult earlier, and that means the Galio ult is for North.
Yep, they catch him as soon as it times out. Caps has a very well-timed laser. Didn't want to pop it too early for the revive. Invictus Gaming then try and collapse, as they've done before, to clean up the extra kills, but it won't be the same case this time around.
And that's just some really good positioning from Soaz, who was eating all of the damage from the 9, now 10-0 Kai'Sa. Wasn't able to spread that lead to the backline. That means that Xayah actually out-damages the Kai'Sa because the setups were just more favorable for Fnatic.
And this is what we talked about with Soaz being subbed in. This could mean a more Reckless-centric composition. One where he's the big carry, where he's doing the heavy lifting. And man, he's flexing those muscles with damage outputs like that. Soaz has the Righteous Glory, looking to find his way onto the Shy. Wants the disdain for that throwback. It's Fnatic with a 4-man collapse. IG will push into the rest of the map, as they'll have the Shy buy as much time as he can. Caps is already sent back to the base to try to clear some waves, as the rest of Fnatic will head back now as well.
Those sort of plays are fine when you have the Baron buff and you can't be caught out in a couple of different locations. They will lose an inner turret, but after winning a team fight, having minions push in this area probably needs more farm to Fnatic rather than as much woes as if the map was in the state it was before. They now have more ability to push out and actually reclaim control over things like Raptors and their sides of the jungle. Now, this hasn't brought the game to parity by any means. They are still 5,000 gold behind, but the ability to fight back and make those smart reactive calls from Fnatic are keeping them in the series.
While the game may not be even, this is the first time this series where we've seen Fnatic really hit back. This is not just a sign of life. These guys are going to go down swinging, and that's exactly what you need to see, and it's all on the back of the superstar jungler Broxah, again, making the play for his team.
He has definitely had huge plays on the world stage, but they need to remain focused. Even though you get excited in the game with a huge play like that, they need to take the necessary steps here in setting up their vision so that they don't get hit with this incredible engage that Invictus Gaming have. So Fnatic, they're trying to pressure up on the top side, get some turret damage for themselves with this Baron buff in time, while also laying defensive wards through their red jungle.
And it's honestly been the first time where it's been relevant to take a step back, zoom out and say, how do IG play out team fights rather than just, okay, they're crushing in multiple areas. The team carry, like you say, IG have Camille ult to Galio, a very reliable engage tool used around the world. Fnatic can run them around the map to decrease the potential of this play, but maybe they're going to meet each other head on.
Broxah wants to go in. He's going to be taken very low, though. IG already looking to knock down that tier 3 turret. Broxah's in some trouble, has to pop the ult just in case Jackie wants to go crazy. The Shy finds a little bit of damage down into Caps, but the inhibitor is the target. With Broxah still low, Fnatic can't make their counterattack just yet. Hillsong wants to hang out off to the side, see if maybe he can find something. Caps grabs the laser, but it's Bellon into the back line, looking to find everybody. Here comes your Hextech ultimatum into your Galio ultimate. Ning's gonna be taken low, goes into the stasis. Jackie's legendary. They've already found the kill into Stoas, they've already found the kill into Caps. It's the solo laners down, and IG are pushing for the win. Hillsong is taken very low, and it's still 5 members of the LPL squad alive.
Flash up onto Rakan, the re-engage gets some of the carries. Reckless still alive, but can they keep this game up?
It's an impossible defense at this point. Brox and Reckless versus the world. Reckless goes on a rampage, but Ning is still there pressuring onto the turret with the rest of IG. Reckless is down, Brox is away. IG are on to the Nexus. The LPL has never won before, but that will change today. The Crownless are finally king, and Invictus Gaming are your 2018 World Champions.
Invictus Gaming have never won an LPL title, but now they have something no other LPL team has. The Summoner's Cup.
See the tears of joy in Rookie's eyes. The Chinese squad here, the LPL squad, able to celebrate a famous victory and cap off a year of domination for the LPL. Some say that year started at All-Star last year. We know that it ends today here with a massive victory for Invictus Gaming. RNG were able to get them this far, and IG were the ones, surprisingly, to cap off this year. The Shy and Rookie embrace. Rookie's first title in 4 years.
For a team that won so handedly in the regular splits and then came up short during the biggest moments, this is vindication. Everything they worked for, everything they did, how far they've come. This is the culmination of all that hard work for the entire team. This has to feel fantastic. This wasn't even a series that you look back at and say, man, what a close one. This is a series you look at and say, IG showed everyone how you play League of Legends in 2018.
Just look at the emotion on stage. Rookie letting it all out. He is the one who committed to the exchange, going to the LPL, 5 years invested in that league, learning the language and climbing up the ranks. Now it's all worth it as he finds a championship back in Korea.
And we see, of course, the Fnatic players accepting the handshakes here in defeat. It has still been an incredible year for the EULCS. 2 teams in the semifinals. Fnatic in the World Finals, first Western team in the World Finals since Season 1. But this day is going to be remembered as cementing China's year. 2018 does go to the LPL, and very, very worthy winners will be Invictus Gaming.
The dream of every competitive League of Legends team now being realized as Invictus Gaming will hoist the Summoner's Cup together and claim their victory. Of war.